G'day guys, welcome to episode 16 on my Let's Play world. I'm here in my new general sort of tree farm, so mainly going to be doing a ton of spruce and oak and maybe some dark oak in here as well, or jungle too, so got a nice tower to get up to the top and some collection system down below. And so this area is slowly coming together. I just need to touch up some of those leaves, etc. there, and I guess start the tunnel that's going to go along there. So finally now we're just expanding everything so it's all now, at least from here, there's actually something in every direction. So finally, it took me a while to get these two done, but we've got them. And we've also now just put in our cobble and stone generator. I just need to put in the water and craft a whole bunch of TNT. So as we can see here, that's off, so TNT is empty, so the farm won't actually turn on. Good. I was worried that wasn't going to work. But then we've got our control for farm on, and if we want to smelt, send to smelt. If we want to do that as well, which will give us stone, and we'll have that by default there to deliver to storage, so we can get a whole lot. And then we also have this little thing here where we can turn our ores into that useful stuff, you know, like redstone ore into redstone. But I'm pretty happy with how this is all coming along. I'm starting to move into sort of the different themes. So this is sort of going into sort of an underground theme, and we're going to go down underneath over here. I'm not quite sure what farms would go under there. I'm trying to sort of put in the areas of what's sort of relevant. So our outdoor area, we've got our sheep, our wool, we've got our two wood farms, and we'll do some bees out here as well. And then through to the nether portal, we'll do some sort of nether based, so the nether trees and nether warts and all that good stuff. But the reason I wanted to do the cobble and the stone is I need more. So we're running relatively low on cobblestone. We have a bit more regular stone, but that's going to be useful not only in our redstone but also in some building, because we're going to make our way back over that way to our starter base area, and we're actually going to finish it because we haven't finished it yet. So we'll get there. So let's make our way over now that we've got a way to generate those resources, and have a look at what we need to finish off. Over now at the starter base, we're going to walk through our gatehouse. I really need to put a clock up there. So they have a clock up there in the actual prison, so I figured why not try and replicate it as much as possible. But we're going to walk through our gatehouse. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do here. The actual gatehouse of the prison extends back, but that's fine. And this is our sort of main esplanade area. So I'm going to neaten things up, make it a bit more hospitable to move up and down, clear some of those old villager houses, and make things a bit more of the essence that I want to go for. So I'll probably slap up a picture now, but basically in the actual prison there is some walkways and stuff, well, a bit of gravel, but there are these sort of raised garden beds, and I guess last time I was there, I don't know how much you guys know about Australia in summer, but grass generally doesn't grow particularly well. So I don't really want this green stuff. The sort of savanna color would be probably a bit more accurate, but also this sort of dead color is also pretty good when things are hot. So we're going to have a couple of these sort of grass beds, and we're going to neaten up all of this. So let's jump into a time lapse. Let's get ourselves sorted with a whole bunch of stuff, and let's get to it. quick time lapse later, and you're probably wondering why I am putting up with this cheeky guy here. Well, he's not the only one. I also have one down here, and a couple somewhere over here as well. And the plan for them is to be our guards. So we've tidied things up a little bit. So we should be able to see with all of our numbers around that nothing is spawnable inside of the walls at least. So we do have plenty of things spawning outside, and I suspect that there might actually be some spawnable points on top of the buildings as well that we might need to check out. But now we have this sort of wiggly path. It's not super correct compared to, I guess, the real Frio prison, but it's good enough for me. So the real one, it is very tidy in a sense that you've got the main pathways down. You have a few of these sort of grass areas in the middle bits, and all the paths sort of go straight, whereas I've sort of tried to make things a little bit more around and about for what I'll usually do. I guess I probably could put a path up this way, but it is all half slabs, so I can actually run anywhere very comfortably. I've also put in these support structures holding up the hill, these foundations. No, that's not quite the white. But I'm quite happy with them. They look like they're doing a good job holding up the hill. And we come up, and this will be one of the things we move on to next. We've got a lot of end stone building to do. Very mono palette, I know. But back in the day when they did build the prison, they didn't have a ton of access to resources out in WA. So I'm making sure I'm adding more of these sort of prison cell windows to make things look a little more broken up. I tried to find images. I might need to duck down to Frio, but I can't for the life of me find any images that show what is happening on the ends, because they just are very bland, these big cell blocks. So we'll have to work that out. But for now, for our next time lapse, we're going to do a whole lot of work on these walls and also these buildings, because this one over here is kind of open, which we need to seal. Not to mention get rid of some of the light on the inside and finish off this roof as well. Whoa. So still plenty to do, and monsters attacking me, so let's jump into another time lapse.
All I want
So we've got the whole structure of the wall all done. Now all we got to do is slap on a whole bunch of iron bars and finish off a couple of buildings, which we'll probably do off camera as an update for next week. But what I did want to do now that I've finally got one is put in our first guard. So we're going to name this dude here who's comfortably sitting in his boat Chair Force, after one of my mates, and let's help him out. And hopefully he's going to behave and make his way up onto the wall. Come on. Oh, look at him go. Yep. Yes. Oh, yes. Excellent. That was easier than expected. Okay, we can put that in. And he should now just chill out on the walls. I have got it so that they can come through here, because I'm going to just dump them all in this corner, and as I collect them, and eventually, yeah, they'll wander out and we'll be able to see our guards. Let's see if we can get out ourselves. Here we go. Okay, we can remove all of these blocks. Maybe I should silence them as well as a idea. I don't know. Where'd he go? Come on, man. I just put you up there. You gotta patrol. He's a bit shy. So yeah, there are little nooks and crannies, but all in all, this is the most complete I've ever got this base. So I'm going to go and do a little bit more off camera. Looks like I might have some more iron bars just to slap in, and little bits and pieces just to cover with this andesite cobblestone mix, just to make it that bit less hospitable, because it is a prison, and it is based off a prison built in, I don't even know, the late 1800s. Man, I should learn my history. But I'm happy with how everything's looking as is, and once we are finished, we can clear out our allays and our pets, take them over to the base, and I think from next episode we're going to start to populate this building a little bit more. So we do have Mundane Joe down there in his cell. If we just scoot in, we can see he's got his potato. I don't know why I gave him potato and not a loaf of bread, because I'm pretty sure he had to live off bread in his wooden cell with very little light down in the bottom. But it is time to start to populate the rest of this prison and all of these other cells with some other cellmates. I think I've also got someone escaping up there. So that's what's on the plan for next week. So let me know what you thought of this build now that it's finally starting to look a little bit finished. And I'll catch you guys next time for some armor stand shenanigans and some more farms back over at the base. But thanks for watching. If you got all the way to here, leave a comment, say hi. I'd love to hear from you guys if you have any suggestions or anything. And I'll catch you all next time. See ya.